Excellent! You have my thanks, child. Now we can use the power of the Fellfire Bloom to begin the removal of this curse from our lands. We will, however, require your services once more to accomplish this. Will you aid us again? Seek an audience with the keepers of the crossing, and then administer the sample of Fellfire Bloom to the heart of this land. With luck, you will free this entire region from the Naka affliction. The restorative properties of the Fellfire Bloom will remove the Naka's affliction from the font of the crossing. The Summer Fae who live here are tied to the land, and the land in turn is tied to the crossing. You must invoke the Keeper's Right in order to reach the crossing. The first step is to challenge Pura at the Crown of the Sun to battle. You need proof that you have bested her to pass through Caer Alatha. Very well. Defeat Pura, and she will give you the Amulet of the Sun. Take the amulet to the Keepers at Caer Alatha, and they will allow you to pass. At the bottom of Caer Alatha, you'll find the font of the crossing. Place the sample of Fellfire Bloom atop it. If our theory is correct, your help in this matter will finally free Ulcerund of the Naka affliction.
A child of dust! What brings you to the Crown of the Sun? The desert is unkind to mortals. Ulcerund is the last bastion of the Fae in Detir, one of the few places in these desert lands where we are plentiful. I do not wish to speak to you about Fae affairs, mortal. This place is older than your mind can grasp, and it will remain long after you are gone. They are Summer Fae, but their minds have been altered. They attack any who travel the sands, be they mortal or Fae. I am the guardian of the Crown of the Sun. It is my role to watch this sacred place and see to the safety of the keepers in training. Florian told you of it. They must trust you implicitly. It is one of many sources of our worldly power. It is an almost limitless source of magical energy, closely tied to the essence of Ulcerund. They spent hundreds of years here in preparation of their duties. I am tasked with meeting their needs, ensuring they are ready. It will be several hundred years before the replacements for the current keepers arrive. Florian and the Circle sent you to access the crossing? It is highly unusual for a mortal to invoke a Fae rite, but your aura is most unlike a mortal's. Very well. Prepare yourself. Well done. You are a skilled combatant. It's no wonder you've earned the respect of Florian and his circle. The Amulet of the Sun is yours, and with it your right to descend to the crossing.
Welcome to Caer Elathha, mortal. We have not had visitors in a very long time. What do you seek? It is no accident that Caer Elathha is a place of great spiritual confluence. The crossing's flow of energy has influenced the landscape, shaped it as the ancients once did. Halcyon is my companion, and a revelation. I never in my lives spoke to a summer fae, yet now I see that winter and summer are not so different. Always dear Pura has stood vigil at the Circle of the Sun, awaiting the new keepers to give them direction. It was she who led Halcyon and myself to the crossing when we first arrived in Amalur. I am quite skilled at sage crafting. It is one of my roles. I will aid you if you require it. It is a nexus of energies, a place where magic flows infinitely. There are few such places on Amalur, and the Keepers are tasked with protecting them. The Keepers live to prevent use of the crossing by either Fae Empire. Its power is such that both Summer and Winter Fae have agreed to leave its power unharnessed. Yes, I am Winter Fae and Halcyon is Summer Fae. That is the nature of the crossing. A representative from both courts remains here for balance. I always distrusted the Summer Fae, but it is difficult to distrust your only companion. Over the centuries, Halcyon and I have grown to rely on one another. To deal with the Narca curse. If Pura has given you the means to pass, then do so. You should seek out Halcyon. He will assist you in this. It is where the replacement keepers go to prepare for their work at the crossing. When it is time for them to assume their posts, they enter into combat with Pura, as you did. If they survive, she brings them here, as she did with us. She is the guardian of the Crown of the Sun, and a powerful sorceress. But you have defeated her. It is no wonder Florian and the others of the House of Valor have come to place their trust in you. Take caution in these lands more.
You should feel privileged. The crossing is not a place of mortal business. You are the first to come this far. That essence of the Fellfire bloom is meant for the crossing, yes? To cure this region of the Narca curse. I will not allow it. Florian, in all his wisdom, does not see what I see. That the crossing is a solution to this long winter. No Fey empire has ever risen so. It is not the way of things. I have been using the power of the crossing to gradually tip the balance of magic in favor of the Summer Fey in Ulcerund. But this had unfortunate side effects. The crossing is tied to the magical essence of this land, and so are the Fey of this region. My tampering has driven them to madness. It is a necessary corruption. Better for a few of us to be mad than to wait for this long winter to end. I end you. Florian and the others cannot know what I have done. Not until I am finished and the long winter ended. Fare you well.
I see. Alcir's devotion to his king and court was more powerful than our friendship. That he would compromise his own kind to end the long winter is deeply unsettling. Perhaps, in the end, he'd become Narca himself. You have my thanks. Please, take these. They are imbued with Fey magic, and should aid you wherever you may go. I serve the Unseelie Court. I was chosen to guard the crossing as the winter representative, to watch over its power during the long winter. The crossing has changed. I can feel it. But whether it undid the damage Halcyon inflicted remains to be seen. Return to Florian and report what transpired. Take caution.
change in the air. The taint of the Naka curse is rapidly dissipating. A shame it was caused by one of the Sealy's own. The Circle and I will take our leave. A small number of Naka will undoubtedly remain. We will reclaim our brethren and defeat what Naka are left. Thanks to you, perhaps Alcerund will recover from the Naka after all. Farewell, mortal.
You there! The arena needs another competitor to round out the next match. The tournament can't go on until we have a leader for the Crows. If you trust in your fighting skills, there are vast riches to be won here at Valor Arena. It pulls in a lot of revenue for the arena and doubles as a tavern. It's a testament to mortal fortitude and ambition. It was originally Fey, but it passed to us through their own silly rites when Hroth Magnus defeated their champion. I manage the fighters here at Valor Arena, and for the most part I make the matches. Best job in the world, far as I'm concerned. All the fans of the arena would kill for a chance to put their dream matches together. I do it every day. The Crows are always a massive allure for business. The champion doesn't want the tournament to go on until we find a leader for them. Well, as I said, the arena needs another fighter to start the next match. What do you say? You look like you could hold your own in a fight? That's the spirit. I hereby induct you into Valor Arena as the leader of the Crows. Your first opponents will be Remus Bloodhawk and his Marauders. Your team's already waiting for you in the Gladiator Pit. Head down the walkway when you're ready. There's always been a team of Crows at Valor Arena. It was a tradition begun by Hroth Magnus, the first champion. A gladiator becomes a Crow if she ever finds herself the sole survivor on her team. Hroth took this to mean that the fighter could have done more to help his companions. To him, these fighters were disgraced, and if they wanted to continue fighting, they did so as Crows. Today we use the Crows to draw a crowd, but the handicap remains. The Crows are only allowed 2 gladiators in the arena at a time, and as team leader you have to fight every match.
I hope there's an exit.
Fate weaving is
Well met.
So you're the new leader. You should brace yourself if you haven't already. Fights in Valor Arena are to the death. I look forward to seeing what you can do. Let us know when you're ready. You'll have to decide which of the 3 of us will fight with you before a match. He's green as the grass in Dalintarth, but a good lad. I don't know if he's foolhardy or brave to think he'll make it far in this tournament. She's an alcoholic and a fiend, but she'll match any fighter. And few mages keep as cool a head as she does in a fight. Few mages stay as drunk as she does during a fight, too. She says she requires alcohol to use her abilities. But I've never met a mage like that. I'd tell her she's a liar to her face, but I don't relish the idea of getting set on fire. The Fae held rites here, I think. I know they came in flocks to watch and participate like we do. Legend has it that every tournament they held ended in the same way, with the same champion defeating everyone. He was a gruff man, powerful, and an absolute beast in the arena. I've seen him pound a Lianxi into pulp with his bare hands. Outside of battle, however, he fancied himself a man of principle. Charged spectators just enough to keep this place running. It was the fight he wanted, not coin. He's a fierce fighter, but he sees himself as a moneymaker first, and a competitor second. He's turned the arena into a spectacle. He paid for workers to haul his lavish house onto the arena grounds. He could have used that money to commission a small army, or feed a small town for years. It's utter waste, and I'm not sure his father would have approved. The matches you'll fight here are to the death, with no quarter, no mercy. It's been this way since the first Magnus won the arena from the Fae. Even with his son turning his battleground into a ridiculous display, with the banners, the announcer. The bouts, at least, remain the same. Nice of you to ask. The younger fighters don't care about us weathered guys. I've been participating in arena matches for years. Got my start when Magnus put out a call for fresh gladiators, and the old man trained me himself. He'd have hated to see this. The spectacle of it all, I mean. In his day, the only thing that mattered was the fight. The rush of delivering the death blow. Let one of us know when you're ready. You will have to decide which of the three of us will fight with you before a match. Very well. Lead the way. I'll see you out there. Welcome one, welcome all to Valor Arena. Today we have the Crows, testing their worth against Remus Bloodhawk and his Marauders. Victory here means the entire team moves up in the championship. They'll be on a path to face the Lords of Valor. Have at it, warriors. That's the match, ladies and gentlemen. The Crows made it out alive against superior numbers. With crows like these, there's no doubt it's going to be an interesting tournament. Well met. I haven't seen anyone fight like you since Magnus. The first, I mean. We were lucky to have you out there. Only 2 crows are allowed to fight at a time against the entire... It's doubly tough for you. Arena leaders participate in every match their team enters. We're called the Crows because we survived when the rest of our teams died in battle. With that handicap, you won't find many gamblers betting on us. I'll leave it to you then.
I'll admit I didn't expect you to come back. There's a reason no one was signing up. Remus is as experienced as they come. Here's your money for the match. Oh, and one more thing, Gladiator. Jokul Fangard mentioned he would like to speak to you in the gambling den. Jokul is one of the most prolific gamblers in the den. I heard he practically lives off his winnings, and he lives well. He's been known to sponsor the fledgling Gladiator here and there, and I think it would be wise to give him your attention. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
Mark my words. Someone Someone buy me a drink!
Don't worry. I don't plan to take too much of your time. Just want you to know that I hope you'll keep fighting. The way you dealt with those fools in there, I think you could truly make an impact here at the arena, should you choose to continue. At any rate, take these. They'll serve you well. Think of them as a donation from a concerned fan, in hopes that you'll remain in the arena's employ a little longer. Dreams are made in this place, Gladiator. Rarely can one be rewarded so handsomely for an educated guess. Whether it's putting your money or your life on the line, Valor Arena allows people to live on the edge. In this place, you can win or lose everything, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a fan. A fan who makes a motherload off these guys. Valor practically pays my bills. Jaken will continue to deliver my gifts to you, as long as you continue to win matches. You're not just fighting for yourself out there, you see.
All right, so you did pretty well last time. Don't get cocky. It's all uphill from here. Are you ready for another match? You're up against Bodine Borg and his team of magic users. He's a well-trained sorcerer and a researcher of the arcane, but no one's entirely sure why he joined the tournament. He's not a regular gladiator. And what's more, he's made an agreement with the champion to keep the bodies of those he defeats. The fight board's there for any gladiator with the courage to take on monsters from the arena's pen. You'll find all manner of exhibition matches listed on it. The gamblers particularly enjoy betting on those contests. You can never quite know who will win. Good. Join your team downstairs and choose a partner when you're ready. By the way, the champion's made an agreement with the other team's leader. In return for fighting, the majors will get your bodies if they can kill you. I hope you remain well, gladiator.
I have to prepare for those mages. Ale to drink. Let me know if you need me in the next fight. He's your typical beginner, as far as I can tell. Good with the dagger and not much else. It's like a second home. Oh, I don't bet, but it's the only place on the grounds one can find a proper drink. Adrian gives me a free drink for every 10 that I buy. I think he likes me. Before I got my start here, I'd been studying at the Scholia Arcana. I was quite good at effecting arcane explosions, but I found myself uniquely blocked. I realized I had to be less than sober to effectively cast spells, so I drank. They kicked me out for excessive abuse of drink, called me dangerous and a degenerate. I couldn't help it if alcohol gave me a certain clarity. No one in the arena gives me guff about it, and if they do, they stop as soon as I set them on fire. This is the House of Valor. You won't find another place in Amalur quite like this. Nothing is sacred here. Your competition is out to maul you, and the management likes it that way. Especially the champion, nasty man. If Valor weren't the only arena on the continent, I'd have taken off a long time ago. I watched his last match the day I joined the arena. He was one of the most impressive brute force fighters I have ever seen. Until his son managed to land the killing stroke. His father tossed him about the place like a rag doll. It was odd. Sure, he was old, but in his final moments, I thought he looked ill. A fighter is forced to join the Crows if they are the last surviving member of their team after a match. It's a long-standing tradition that keeps the tournament going as gladiators inevitably fall. Why would we keep fighting then? Well, we have our pride, and I wouldn't have signed up for this if I didn't think I could win it in the end. All I know is that the Fae built this place centuries ago, and Hroth Magnus took it from them. Amalur's better for it, far as I'm concerned. He's the team veteran, been around longer than both Asa and me. We don't see eye to eye on everything, but he's a reliable choice in the arena. I'll be right out. Just gonna finish my drink. Time to set the competition on fire. I have to prepare for those... What do you want to know? Our opponents are led by Bodine Borg, some kind of researcher. He thinks he's good, but I bet I'm better when I've got some deter ale in me. Let's go show.
Here we go again, folks. Today's match pits the Crows against the renowned Bodine Borg and his research team. Let's see if arcane theory can best cunning and experience. And so Borg and his band are defeated. Perhaps there's more to the Crow's new leader than meets the eye. Speak to Jakin to receive your rewards, Gladiator. And exactly as I was... Are you ready for...
So you're good at manhandling magicians as well. Good. Let's see how long you can keep this up. Here's your money. You deserve every coin. And Jokel asked me to pass these along. Let me know when you're ready for the next match. You're up against Brogan Adair and the Wolf Pack. And so is Brogan Adair, and his team of rogues. Head down to the pit and we'll get this started. I wish you well in and out of the arena, Gladiator.
Now, archers I can fight. This'll be fun. I haven't been here long myself. I've always wanted to rough it as a warsworn. Joined up here to develop a bit of a spine. She's a terrifying woman, but a good ally to have on your side. Valor Arena. It's a place dreams are made of. If you dream of people getting stabbed or beheaded, or burned, very badly burned. The greatest gladiator this place has ever seen. Everyone here hopes for a career like his. Even the current champion pales in comparison. No one's even come close to lasting as long, not to mention performing as well. A gladiator becomes a crow when he finds himself the last surviving member on his team. It's a way to keep the tournament moving as teams start losing members. The rule has its roots in a tradition started by the current champion's father, but today it's basically an attempt to draw interest from the fans. Of course, it's not good news for us. The two-man rule means we're at a significant handicap. He's ancient. I'm surprised he can walk around in that armor, let alone fight in it. But he's reliable. I've been practicing my moves and training. We'll be fine, I think. Being a gladiator is absolutely horrific stuff, it is. But I've got the perfect plan to desensitize myself. I'll fight in the arena until the nausea goes away. Let's take the fight to them, gladiator.
We've seen the crows handle magicians and their parlor tricks, but there's no trick error in Team Brogan's quiver. Let the battle begin! And the Crow's streak continues, ladies and gentlemen. This is turning out to be a very exciting tournament indeed. Gladiators, I'll have your backup.
Looks like you're starting to make an impression. The fans have been asking me about you. Heard a rumor your fights are moving a lot of money in the betting scene. None of the gamblers expected you'd last. Except Jokul, perhaps. He left me these to give you. Oh, and this is exciting. The champ mentioned he wanted to see you. Good luck out there, Gladiator. The champion wants to see you at the manor. If I had to guess, his team hasn't had a new member since he became champion, so you'd be the first. Look at you, really climbing the ladder. He spent quite a lot of money having the wood hauled all the way to this corner of Detir. I wish you well in and out of here.
Don't touch anything in here. All of it is priceless.
Good. You're here. Welcome. I'm your grand champion. You're doing well. The fans love you. I love you. You're making this arena a lot of money. But you put me in a bit of a fix. There have been some fairly well-to-do people betting against your success in the gambling den. Now, some very important clients of mine are staring down a mountain of debt, and I want you to help us fix this. My father was the mortal champion who took the arena from the Fae all those years ago. The arena's been in the family ever since, and we've made it the jewel of Detir. Or rather, I have. I generate more revenue from this operation in a month than a ruffian like you makes in a year. He was the first mortal champion of valor. I defeated him in battle for the title. If it were up to me, I would have spared the old man's life. But valor fights are to the death, and I dare say the arena has become a better place under my leadership. Looking to glean some information about your competition? There isn't much to tell. I'm a rich man, but simple, and I've worked hard for it. My father was the champion until I killed him for the title. Regrettable, but look at what I've built from the ashes of his arena. I want you to fight a match alone. Advertising that handicap will generate bets against your success. You'll win, of course, and I'll win my money back. Make no mistake, it'll be an easy match. I'll make sure of that. I just need you to tell Jakin you'll agree to the match. You do this for me, and I'll pay you double for the fight, and bring you onto my team. No more scrapping with Vigor and his goons. Watch your tongue, warrior. Believe me, I'm an enemy you don't want to make in this place. I'll let your opponents know you're thinking on it. If you want to continue to fight in this tournament, you will represent the Crows alone against Mad Dog and his mad men.
Hail, warrior. He says he wants you to fight alone in the next match, right? Ha! Magnus wants you dead. What did he offer you? Money? A spot on the Lords of Valor? Both? There hasn't been a change to the Lords of Valor lineup since he brought them in. It's just a ruse. He wants you dead. With the way you fight, he figures he needs every advantage he can get. I'd wager he's going to bet against you. Again.
Are you ready for another? Gladiator, just in time. Your next match just came in, and you're fighting alone. He's a stone-cold veteran named Mad Dog and his madmen. They like to get up close and personal with their attacks, so get ready for a physical fight. Yes, you're fighting individually against Mad Dog and the Madmen. It'll be tough to fight without your teammates, but you've pulled yourself out of rough situations before. Head down to the pit when you're ready. Good luck again, warrior. I hope you know what you're doing. I hope you remain well, Gladiator.
Your win streak ends today, Gladiator. I'll break your face.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Valor Arena. We have a special treat for you in this next match of the tournament. At the champion's request, the leader of the Crows has agreed to fight the Madmen alone. Let's see if the most promising gladiator to date can defeat one of the arena's veteran teams. And there you have it, folks. It would appear the Crows have a formidable leader. Speak to Jakin for your reward, Gladiator.
I'd be surprised if anyone was betting against you at this point. You just chewed up 3 veterans like so much cud. Here's your share of the fight money. The champ sends his regards along with the coin. He says he wants to see you again. I think he likes you. Also, Jokul sent these greaves your way. I guess he's been right with you since the beginning. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
Looks like I bet correctly. That was a well-fought match, warrior.
That match certainly did not end like I had intended it to. I'll admit that I underestimated your abilities. I had intended for you to die in there. In this place, subterfuge is the name of the game. I'm surprised you walked so willingly into my trap. Or did you? I like to know my opponents. From your expression, I would guess you hadn't a clue. You do well to trust no one in this arena, gladiator. Especially that pustule Jokul. I wouldn't trust him as far as I could throw him, and I could throw him fairly far. Now get out of my house. It's time for my tea.
Your next opponents are Holden Lafayette and the Vipers, a team with eclectic strengths. Holden's team has fighters from almost every discipline of combat. Expect both ranged and up-close fighters. Are you ready for the match? Good. Head on down. Stock up on supplies or equipment in the market if you need to. It only gets tougher from here. Good luck. Good luck out there, gladiator.
I'll have your back. Don't underestimate the Vipers. They don't specialize in a particular style, but their members come from multiple combat disciplines. He told me he came here to make a name for himself and get some combat experience before joining the Warsworn. He's hardly ready for that. Of course, lead on. Time to kick it. Here we go again, folks. Today's match pits the Crows against Holden Lafayette and his Vipers. Let's see how the Crows deal with the Vipers' eclectic lineup. What in the world? Where did those sorcerers come from? Heads up, Crows. You've got trouble. And that's going to do it, folks. Looks like variety and surprise sorcerers did not a winning strategy make. The Crows are victorious once again. Remember our opponents as you...
I'll give it everything I've got. Oh, I hate magic. Where did those sorcerers come from? That was magic, wasn't it? Mastering my dagger work, living between bounties and braving life and death. killing people. It all sounded like a dream to me. And think quick out there, and keep moving!
Where did those sorcerers come from? I got half a mind to march upstairs and explode Jacob from the inside. But something tells me it's not his doing, though. Be careful out there.
He's panicked. Magnus, I mean. Blatant interference. It's unheard of. And if that idiot isn't careful, he's going to take the arena down with him. I've heard half of the bets are off with that stunt. I'll leave it to you, then.
Hey, ease off the grim look, okay? I'm not the one who let those sorcerers into the fight. They came in with a contingent of the Valor Guards. Don't know what's harder to believe, that you just won 2 back-to-back matches, or that the champion had jeopardized the arena's integrity just so you'd lose. Who knows how many bets the gambling den has to throw out after that interruption? What a mess! What in blazes is Magnus thinking? Thanks, that's a relief. Here's your money, and Jokel left you these. You got a moment before your next match. Take a rest. It won't be for a moment yet. Magnus was hoping you could meet him behind the stairs in the market. He, stressed that it is imperative you be there. The champ wanted to see you again, Glad.
The champion's not here, Gladiator. And if his plan worked, your friends are in a worse condition than you're about to be. He should be forcing them into the arena at spear point as we speak. Well, you might have a point there. I've seen you kill a small army's worth of people since this tournament began. I'll risk Magnus's ire. I doubt the champion will last long with you as an opponent anyhow.
Gladiator, where have you been? The champion has your entire team down in the arena. He's forced them into a match, and he's got trolls in there with him. I had someone steal a look at Agni's books. Guess who just dropped a wager against the Crows to the tune of 100,000 gold pieces? Your friend and mine, Tyr Magnus. While you were out gallivanting, Magnus went down into the pit with a squad of guards and forced your team to enter the arena. I hope so. You're not going to have a team at all in the next couple of minutes.
Where have you been, Gladiator? Your team's next match has already begun. The champ forced your team into the arena so quickly that we didn't even have time to get an audience. Hurry! The Crows are fighting for their lives down in the arena. The champion's thrown them in there with several trolls. Good luck out there, Gladiator.
Well, hello there. This is as far as you go. You've caused a lot of trouble for Magnus, friend. Force us. You're out of your league, Gladiator. You should never have come back to the arena. Prepare yourself.
Here comes the leader of the... Crows, ladies and gentlemen. Arriving fashionably late, it appears. Will she be enough to turn the tide against the vicious troll? This is incredible, ladies and gentlemen. I present to you the survivors of that terrifying exhibition, the Crows. What can the champion possibly muster to throw against them in the next match? Remain in your seats, Valor fans. The championship match is coming up next. You never fail to amaze me.
Oh, I can't believe we survived! Thank you, friends. We couldn't have done it.
I don't mean to be crass, but we could have handled ourselves. Even trying.
I'll give it everything I've got.
You handle yourself pretty well out there, but I noticed you flinch when struck like it causes pain. I thought you were tougher than that. You should try some deter ale. You'll lose feeling in your face with the first mouthful. Drink some more and nothing hurts. Nothing will ever hurt you again. Don't hesitate, Harry.
You saved us! Without you out there, we'd be dead. Think quicker.
I'll have your back out. Much obliged for the rescue, warrior. I knew the champion would try something, especially this close to the final match of the tournament. Luckily for us, you always seem to be there to foil him. If it weren't for you, this old man would probably be dead. Choose your ally wisely.
Magnus threw everything but the sun and the moon at you, and you still made it through. You've amazed and delighted us once again. No team of crows has ever come close to your success. Here's your share of the prize, Gladiator. You've done it! You're in the final match! Make your preparations! This is it, Gladiator. You win this one, and the Crows become tournament champions. Head down to the pit when you're ready. I wish you well in and out of the arena, Gladiator.
I'm exactly as old as I need to be. Are you ready for this? Winning this match will make us tournament champions. It won't be easy. The Lords are the best trained team we'll ever face. Choose your ally wisely.
Hell, the next match is for the title. It's about time. The champions hired all kinds of fighters to face us. Be ready for anything. We've fought the likes of them before. They're just better paid than the rest. Don't hesitate now. We've got the champion right where we want him. I really have had quite a bit to drink. They don't stand a chance. I have a spell.
We did it, Gladiator! The Crows are tournament champions! And as leader of the Crows, you're the new Grand Champion of Valor Arena! Think quick out there!
I guess the Crows are tournament champions now, and as leader, that makes you the new Magnus. Arena Grand Champion, I mean. I wonder if Agni will waive my tab for this. Don't take time to think.
We've finally done it! As the leader of the winning team in this tournament, Magnus's title goes to you. How does it feel to be Grand Champion? Choose your ally wisely.
You did it, Gladiator! The champion threw everything at you and you bore it all with a grin. At least I think that's what that was. Jokal had this great sword to give you as a final reward. He also mentioned he wanted to speak to you about managing the arena. And finally, here's the key to the champion's manor. Take a rest, sit for a spell in the den. I'm sure that when you return, you'll find a new challenger waiting for you. As champion, the gambling den and the arena are yours. You should speak to Jokal. He wanted to make arrangements with you to manage all of this. Good luck in your future endeavors.
Hey there, stranger. You look like you've seen some combat. I figured that if anyone could take the title... So, are you looking to buy some new armor? Huh? Plenty of challengers waiting for you. You, I'll bet. Welcome. I'm counting the drinks before she falls over.
Champion.
If it isn't
Welcome to the
new
gambling
champion.
den. Hail, Gladiator! Can I... Good luck, Gladiator. Greetings!
Greetings, Wanderer. Hail, champion! Good luck in your future endeavors, champion.
And the footfalls of another wayfarer grace our ears. I'm delighted. I don't suppose you're traveling through Galette, are you? If so, I would not look too hard for anyone. There is not much left to find. Yes, we are pilgrims of a sort. Missionaries might be a more appropriate label. We serve our God and follow his will. It was quite a miracle. A number of my order, all drawn by common faith, came to the village, and we showed them salvation. There was fire and blood and screaming, yes, much screaming, but all for the glory of the great Balin. Praise be to him. We liberated them, man and woman, Alfar and human. We have delivered them to Balin, to his paradise. In exchange, our coven will welcome the slumbering Titan, Balin's beloved servitor, into these lands. But worry not, for right now we will show you paradise.
You're the one Colm found slaying the Testament? I'm impressed. Well, I'm not here for the Testament. I'm here for gold. And I've got work for two. Care to make some riches? I served as a hireling in the Warsworn once, but as my friends made rank, I was passed over too many times. And so I left. I live by my own oaths now. I'd been through here a few years back, on my Warsworn training. It was as nice a place as you'd like to find in Detir. But there was always something sinister about those ruins in the canyon's end. I suppose we know why now. I was a Warsworn hireling once. Was passed over for promotion one too many times. On my last job, I found a map to a treasure beneath Galette. A friend, Tears, and I gathered a crew to claim it. We found the town in ruins, but were undeterred. We would get what we came for. Then Tears slipped something into my drink, and the crew left without me. Now I want to beat them to the treasure, and I could use your support. They wanted to cut me out. That's the only reason I can think of. I'll show those bastards. Why, you... Fine. Even a tenth of this treasure will be enough to make us rich. Now, can we go? Good. We split the map among the crew, but I know the treasure lies in Galette Caverns. Now, let's move. There were 4 in the crew, including myself. My good friend Tears had the idea. He found the map as well. The other 2 were a pair of mercenaries, an Almain named Alsers and a Varane named Bertzer. They seemed trustworthy enough.
So, you made it to our camp. After seeing how you handled yourself against the Testament, I was hoping you might. Those of us in camp trust each other, but aid is not as forthcoming. I will be blunt. The Testament has taken something from me, and I want to recover it, intact. But I cannot do it alone. I was born in Rathir, and trained in the arts of magic at a young age. But when my brother Giran demonstrated greater ability than I, it was he who became my parents' focus. I was left to learn on my own. He is my twin brother. We spent our childhood together. Because of his command of magic, he was selected to join the Scholia Arcana. After that, he surrounded himself in studies. He changed. All this talk of magic and control. The mercenary. He has seen combat, I am certain, but for his kind, justice is always for sale. There is a bedroll over there if you need to rest up. It's not the best, but it's what I can offer you here. The marches are a main avenue from Erethel into Datir, but many choose not to walk the road in these dark times. My brother Giran, they did not take him per se, so much as seduce him. He was a promising adept of the Scholia Arcana, and then one day he vanished. When I heard of the Testament's involvement, I feared the worst. I managed to track him here to Galette. Then I discovered just how large the presence of the Testament was in these marches. He would not have. Giran, he was always alone, always with his studies. He was wise, so very wise. There is no chance that he joined the cult willingly. They must have coerced him. Then again, his last letters to me were... No, nothing. Never mind. Excellent. I have resources at my disposal for a reward if we are successful. I have reason to believe that he is hiding in the ruins that run beneath the marches, this tomb of Ferragnus. I will meet you there. Hopefully, this cult has not sunk its claws too deeply into Giran's mind. It is a large and ancient Irathi ruin, somehow connected to the complex at the end of the canyon. Legends say it winds and twists beneath the marches like a labyrinth. Many who entered never returned.
So you're the one my brother dragged here. Why? Did he tell you to save me from the Testament's influence? You are both fools. I joined of my own volition. Do you need proof? Look to the bodies at your feet. You gaze upon my work. Because they offered me what no one else could. A chance to grow. To do what has never been done. I always wanted control, and the Testament will supply me with all the subjects I require. You are correct. I am better than the rest of the Testament. Being a servant of Balin has made me more powerful than ever. We shall teach you salvation!
I did not think Giran's resolve could fall so fast. You heard what he said. Ferragnus, waking? There is more to the Testament's presence here. In Giran's name we must find what they want.
We're here. Something is wrong. Let's clear out these kobolds first. The Alpha, he seems wormy. Decent enough, though. And can't deny that magic's useful to have in a fight against these bastards. A dark place, that. I heard about it during my time in the Warsworn. It's meant to keep that thing in. Would avoid it if I could. Kobolds are taken care of, but something strange. All these bodies. I don't think the kobolds killed these people. Tyrs was former Warsworn like me. A rabble of beasts would be no trouble for him. And these other bodies look like they've seen action. They must be of the Testament, which means they encountered Tyrs, and they fought it out. We better see if Tyrs made it out alive. I don't know for sure. It's locked tight. We'll have to find the bodies of Alces and Bertza to unlock it. We'd better start looking. If you see a body that looks like one of my crew, give me a shout and I'll come over. Can't believe they're actually dead. It looks like they made a stand against the Testament. I don't know them. Probably one of those damn Testament fools. Another member of the Testament. Looks like they've reached their coveted Another member of the... This is a stranger's face. They... Another member of... Another member of... This is a strange... Another member... This is a... This is a stranger's... This is a strange... I don't know that. Another member of... It's Alces. I didn't know him well, but he didn't deserve to die like this. Looks like he has his part of the combination still. This isn't all. This is a stranger's... I don't know that. This isn't Ulcer's, Bertza, or Tears. This is a... I don't know that. I don't know... This isn't Ulcer. Another member... This is a stranger's face. This is a... I don't know that. Another member... Have you had any luck finding them? I don't know. We'll just have to search them. If you see a body that you think might... Bertza. She was just a mercenary looking for easy gold. Didn't know the job would end like this. But here's our combination anyway. It's Tears. We're already too late. I don't know. Tears never ran from a fight in his life. It's almost like he locked himself in here on purpose. Why? If he knew he was dead, why go through the trouble of hiding in here? Unless to keep the Testament from getting the treasure. Wait, did you hear that? The Testament's come. Then it's settled. My crew got the door open, the Testament came in, tried to take the ring, and ushered everyone into paradise. Damn fools. We only came here for the money. It's all we wanted. Yet Tears kept the ring from them. He thought it was more important than his life. Why? The Testament's done enough. I'll make sure they never repeat what they did here. Take the ring. I no longer want it. I'll see you at camp.
Yes. So you're the Dreg Colm found gutting the Testament. Good for him, I say. Looks like you can do some damage. Name's Eighth. Black Eighth to some. If you're half as skilled as Colm says, then I'd like to make an arrangement with you. He's quiet. Probably knows all his letters by the looks of him. More at home in a library than these ruins. He's earnest enough, but who knows whether he can hold his own in a fight. Eighth Dunbert is dead. She was killed 2 years ago when the Testament burned her farm to nothing. I'm now the fury and vengeance of all the Testament's victims, and I have come to collect. A cowardly man. A few battles don't make a warrior. He may find something to fight for, then again, he might not. Was a nice place to be once, before the Testament decided to move in. I'm not much on history, but from what I've seen, that ruin sprawls under the whole canyon. If you see a place you can't get to over land, odds are the tomb will get you to it. The Testament has swept through the Feylands like wildfire. A few years back, they came to my farm, salted the earth, left not a stone standing. They tore my husband to pieces in front of me. Their mistake was to let me live. I have a chance to make them suffer, and my plan takes two. I don't rightly know, Dreg. Why don't you go ask them? Sorry. The Testament, they believe death to be salvation for all. But though they killed my family, they let me live. The bastards thought I would join their cult. Good, but we're not just going to hunt them down. We'll poison a few, and then dump the bodies into the Testament's water supply. When those bastards start choking on their own water, they'll regret letting me live. Their water flows from a cistern nearby. We'll need to go through the tomb of Aragnos to reach it. I'll meet you in the ruins. I want to poison a few of these Testament bastards and dump their bodies into the cistern. That'll corrupt the cult's water supply. When their insides start to burn, when they see the corpses of their brethren tainting the water, I want them to remember the life they took from me. open the tomb, we have to make our way to the cistern. We need to get to the Testament's cistern, but I want to poison it with the bodies. Never quite knew much about this Feragnos or why it was entombed here, but if the Testament want it, it can't be good. Then it's finished. In a few hours, those bastards will know what we did here. That's it then. 2 years of planning, of tracking, finished. I thought... I didn't know what would happen. But I don't feel anything. I've killed how many of the Testament? And I feel nothing at all. You're right. I didn't murder them so that they could find salvation. I only wanted justice. I didn't know what the Testament was up to when I first came, but I found these on one of the ones I killed. I don't know much about this Niskaru Feragnos, but the Testament is interested in him. From now on, I'll keep 2 eyes on their doings.
I can see in your eyes that you have come to the same conclusion we have. Thank the gods. The Testament is on the cusp of raising the Niskaru Lord Feragnos. When they do, all of Detir will be plunged into flame. I would be lying if I said her rage did not frighten me. I heard the Testament left her alive to suffer with deep wounds of grief. I think they will regret their decision. Agreed. Unfortunately, we are too late. The beast has already entered this world. I can sense its presence. But Feragnos is weak now. It will take some time for him to develop, to mature. We should strike while we have the chance. Given enough time, Feragnos will develop into a full Niskaru lord, but while in a juvenile state, it is vulnerable. We just have to get there and hope we are strong enough to fight it. We are all going in there together. We may have come for different reasons, but none of us will leave this unfinished. It seems that Feragnos has housed itself in the complex at the end of the canyon. The only way in is through the catacombs of his tomb. We will meet you in there. Now, let us move.